My name is John Crow, the host and the producer. Coming up next is the original coach of Kirani James from Grenada. We're going to be talking to him in a few minutes. But before we get to him, I'd like you to take a look at this. We'll be right back.
Dear friends, fellow Grenadians, excellencies, representatives of diplomatic missions to the United Nations, welcome to all of you. Grenada has taken the initiative to invite you here with big smiles on our faces on this very special occasion. We want to begin by paying tribute to all countries and athletes who have participated in this 30th Olympic Games in London 2012. And we share with you your successes and anticipate your continuing engagement with your young people, some as young as 36, as you have been seeing. Grenada has invited you here this afternoon to ask you to join us in a salute to one of our young heroes, Kirani James. Kirani James, he represents the ideals of the United Nations. This is why we are proud as a mission to the United Nations to do this here and to salute him. The ideals of the UN for youth, that young people would use their time productively, would use their talent for their own development, and this through inspiring others through sporting activities that give way to excellence. Kirani James, he wins races with his skill, and he wins people with his generous heart, as you have seen, with his brilliant mind, his professors tell us, and with his simple but powerful charm that everyone in Grenada has been the beneficiary of. At 19 years old, Kirani James owes a debt to all those who have gone before him, his parents, his teachers, outstanding athletes in Grenada, and of course his coaches. Yet, he stands at the pinnacle of international sporting achievement today. And for that, Grenada is ever so proud of him, and we salute his achievement. We believe that he will encourage young people to bring out the achiever in them, whatever their own talent and skill is. And thus today, we salute the young man who has been the 2004 Carifta champion. He has been the 2008 Commonwealth Youth Champion. He has been the World Junior Champion 2009, 2004 World Junior Champion. He has been the World Junior Champion, I think I said that already, all of this of course in 400 meters. And he has been the World Champion in men's 400 meter in 2011. And this year, he is the Olympic gold champion in the 400 meters. So this man at 14 has been at the top. In this very same spirit of the Kirani success, we recognize that the Caribbean, the entire Caribbean, has been at the pinnacle of track and field achievement in London. Jamaica.
Yeah, Jamaica.
So our toast begins with Jamaica. To Usain Bolt and to Miss Price, yes, and all the other Jamaican athletes. To the República Dominicana, Felix, for his achievement. To Trinidad and Tobago, your achievements. And to all those in the Caribbean and worldwide, we are happy to have here with us Australia. You've done very well in the swimming, as you said, a slow start, but a great one. The UK, similarly, very well. You know, to Samark, we send him greetings and his team. Guatemala, the first medal, like Grenada, we got a silver, first time ever. Cyprus, first time ever. And Grenada, of course, first time ever, gold. So we drink to Kirani James and his Grenada. Yeah.
That there is the Grenada's UN ambassador, or Grenada's ambassador to the United Nations, Dr. Decima Williams, who recently organized a session with all, or not all, but a good cross-section of the diplomats in New York, celebrating Kirani's win, as well as acknowledging, at the time when this was done, the Trinidad and Tobago young man did not win his javelin event as yet. So the Trinidad and Tobago ambassador was funny, because he said, like, we kind of a little jealous of all your winning gold, but, we all right, we coming. And so that Ambassador Williams pulled most of our colleagues to come out on that day to celebrate and to toast Kirani James. But now, sitting across from me is a young man who tells me that, and I have to acknowledge Mr.
Joseph.
Mr. Campbell.
Oh.
Mr. Campbell. What's your name again? Mary.
Mary Lord.
Mary. We call him Mary Campbell, for hooking me up with Mr. Albert Joseph, former coach of Kirani James, and wearing the colors, of course. Yeah, because that's. I mean, who chose this? Let me just know who designed well, I'm saying costume, but the outfits.
To tell you the truth, I'm not sure who designed it, but I think it's somebody in the Olympic Committee back home.
Okay.
But Puma is our sponsor, so they did the clothes.
I heard one of the commentators talk about ill-informed. One of the NBC commentators, Kirani's, before he runs, he would always kiss the emblem.
Oh, yeah, the flag.
The flag, which is in this case is the nutmeg represented on his right side of his uniform. And the guy said, "Oh, that's the nutmeg used for making cocoa, used for making chocolate." Used for making chocolate. Nutmeg, yes. I don't remember which one of them. I don't want to call the name because I might say the wrong name, but one of the commentators on the Olympic, while covering the race, said that the nutmeg is used for making chocolate. I mean, I fell out of the chair after that. But anyway, Albert Joseph is here. And Albert, you tell me that you're Kirani's original coach, before you even thought he could run.
Yes.
Tell me about that experience going back, now that he's where he is, and look back at him when he was just that little tot trying to figure out whether he could run or not.
Well, that was back in 2001. I saw him. He was at the Anglican school. At that time I was teaching at the RC school, so he was one of the competitors that was running against us.
Right.
He won under 11 at that time, setting a record in the branch, but when he went to the national primary school sports, he didn't win. There were other guys that was beating him.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are they today?
That I don't know.
But I mean, so he was not always a frontline runner, so to speak.
Okay, for the parish, there was another guy in his age group that used to beat him, named Karim Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
They used to be competing like neck and neck. He would win, Karim would win, but Karim most of the time would win.
So now, okay, when did you start coaching him, first of all?
Well, in 2004, I saw him in 2001. Didn't take it seriously. At least I wasn't sure that he's gonna be this good. So in 2004, he started to train because well, I wouldn't say that yet.
Okay.
In 2003, he was first in the 200 at the National Primary School Sports. That's the first time he won an event at the National Primary School. Karim Bishop was the one that was supposed to run there, and I switched them. Karim won the one and Kirani won the two.
Okay.
And then I met his dad and asked him to send him to train with me.
Okay.
And his dad said, no, he's going to play basketball. He's not going to take part in track.
Really?
Yes. So that was in 2003. Then in 2004, we sort of encouraged him to join us, our club, which is SpeedZone.
SpeedZone?
Yes.
That's the name of the athletic club?
Yes, that's our club, SpeedZone Track and Field Club.
In Guav?
In Guav.
We have a SpeedZone. But no, Guav is famous for soccer. I mean, football. And well, used to be cricket kind of, but football was what Guav was famous for. Since when Guav became this track and field powerhouse, so to speak?
Well, I guess since a couple of us, myself, Jimmy Matlin, there's Richard Britton. A few of us started taking track seriously. Most of us did IWF certification courses, and then, well, I got a passion that since I started off, that was before Kirani's time, since in 1995, that I wanted to coach an athlete to reach at least Olympic level. Okay, so I started off with a few athletes and started learning what works, what doesn't work. And then when Kirani came along, he got the benefit of all those little experiments that we did.
Ah, so now when did you see the potential in him? When did he show you that, I mean, the other guy that was beating him, when did he, like, well, so tilt the scale, so to speak?
That would have been in 2006.
Okay.
Because he started training in 2004, but after 2 weeks, dropped out. He didn't come back for that year, but that year he started secondary school. He went to GBSS, and he ran at the nationals, and he got some licks. I think he came third or something like that. There were 2 guys beating him. And then 2005, he started training again in September 2005. 2006 was his first set of meets where we went to Intercall. He won.
No, Intercall is the national high school.
Yes, the high school meet.
High school meet. Now, you mentioned before about IFF certification.
IAAF.
IAAF?
Yes, International
Athletics.
International Associations of Athletics Federations. That's the governing body for track and field in the world.
Okay. And so then, now where do they provide the training? And who qualifies for that?
Well, if you are interested, the first level is done at home. They would, the National Federation home, they would organize a course, and the IWF would they would send the instructors and so on to come and teach the local people that want to be coaches.
Right.
Okay, so that would run for, in our time it was 2 weeks. So we did those courses. If you do well on the level 1, there are some passing marks, and there are some that higher marks that you move on. So based on what you get, then you could move on to the second level, which is done in Puerto Rico, at the University of Puerto Rico. That's this center where the IWF have what is called the Regional Development Center. So each region in the world, I think there are 6 of them, has a center, a development center where the coaches would go and do some of the certifications. So after level 1, I went on to do all the different levels. The highest level is level 5. So Puerto Rico.
So my question now at this point is, how come you were not on the Olympic team in England?
I was there.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, I was in charge of the track and field team.
Oh, okay. So you're still his coach? Or you're still working with him?
No, I'm not his personal coach anymore. When he left to go to school in the US, he decided to take his American coach, who's Harvey Glantz.
Okay. So, yeah, I remember you mentioned him in the interview. But you're still in touch with him? I mean, you still could talk to him?
Well, we don't talk much now.
Because?
Things that we prefer to leave it alone.
Okay, all right, yeah. Well, hey, listen, athletes have the beef too. But okay, let me ask you overall though. Sports in Grenada, and we have Olympic Committee now, which I didn't have when I was growing up. Sports in Grenada, where is it today, overall?
That's a hard question to answer. I don't think I could answer that. In track and field, I know we're still struggling. We need things like funds and sponsorship, and so we don't have these things. Yes, we get equipment. Shoes, clothes, bikes.
Training facilities.
All of those
things. Now, your SpeedZone, how does SpeedZone get its funding?
Well, we've been working on basically my money and Mr. Matlin's money. That's the 2 of us that was in charge. We buy equipment based on what we have. So he has a shop that he used to sell goods and so on that he converted into a gym. So we buy pieces of equipment. Jimmy Matlin.
Okay.
We buy pieces of
equipment. In Guelph?
In Guelph.
Where
yeah.
in Guelph?
By the Lands Bridge, if you know where that is.
Yes, I know where that is.
As
After
you,
the pool?
as no, well, coming from